So today's big question is, do you hate online dating? If you haven't dated in a while and you're feeling lost and maybe just frustrated with the world of online dating, I got you. My name is Joan Nwosu, and welcome to the Second Chances podcast, a love journey in black and white. So here's the thing about me. I've been dating since I was 12 years old. That's a long time, and please, no judgment. I started dating when I was 12, and that's it. That's all I'm going to say about that one. But you see, since then and till today, the world of dating has changed many times. And it's not like online dating is new, but the way it's being done today is completely different from when it had started, and definitely from when I started dating, which is 30 years ago. Then boys and then men will do all the chasing. We just had to stay pretty, and they would show up everywhere. You would get introduced by friends. You would meet them in the grocery store, on the streets, wherever, in churches, at weddings, at parties. It was so easy to have boys and then men chasing after you. How I miss those days when the world was so simple. So things have changed. Things have moved forward since then. And now we're in a world where everything is digital, as with most things in life. And so, of course, naturally, dating has gone online, and that is the primary way that people are meeting significant others in today's world. I know it's a bit yucky. I know how uncomfortable I felt. So I don't know about you, but the first time I had to create my online dating profile, I was in a panic. So many questions, so many things to consider. Should I use my real name? What kind of picture should I use? What if I get noticed by somebody that I know in real life? Just so many questions. And you see, the first time I created my first online profile, within a few hours, a friend that I know saw me on there and sends me a message, "Oh, Joan, I just saw you on this dating app." And for half a second, I felt guilty. I felt ashamed. I felt like I was doing something wrong. But then I was like, if I'm there, then he must have been there as well to have seen me. So I was like, what the heck were you doing there? And he was like, "Oh, no, I'm trying to find someone." I said, "Same thing. I'm trying to find someone too." And that was that. So I never felt guilty ever again about being online, and neither should you. It is a normal place for people to meet partners in today's world. Simple. Should you use your real name? Well, it's up to you. I know how angry I feel when I'm calling somebody John, and then we meet up and he's like, "Oh, my name is Patrick." It's just trying to reprogram my brain to say this new name. It's just too much work for me. Look, we have to get to the point where we know that this is the new normal and just embrace it. So if you want to use your real name, great, which is what I do. If you don't, that's up to you too. What should you put online? What kind of information should you put online? Well, put enough to create some interest about you, but not too much where now you're putting your privacy and security at risk. So give enough without giving too much, right? Make sure that you sound interesting, that you show up as your authentic self, that you say things that are true about you. There's no point lying because people are going to find out. Put recent pictures of yourself that are representative of how you look today. AI filters, please do away with those. It's so unrealistic. It just doesn't mean anything. And men are not attracted to those overly filtered pictures anyway. So now you've gotten online. Again, I know it feels so unnatural. The fact that you have like an online resume where you need to sell yourself. And then now imagine the next level where some apps make sure that the woman is the one who has to make the initial contact with man to send the first message. Ugh, how yucky is that? But it is what it is. There are ways to make that first contact without feeling like you're the one chasing him. And it's also key to know when to now step back and allow the man to do the chasing. And these are some of the things that I share on some of my other platforms, how you should have and engage in conversations with online dates. So a lot of people are able to meet a lot of matches. Again, I don't subscribe to swiping aimlessly or intentionally, but you're swiping and you're chatting with people, but there are no dates. Like, why is it so difficult now to get a date? People become pen pals. They're there chatting for 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 2 months. No dates, no physical dates. There are ways around this. There's no point becoming a pen pal. Keep your conversations short to a barest minimum, and make sure that you try to get that physical date so that you know if you're attracted to someone. Has this ever happened to you where online it's like, wow, this is the best thing that's happened to me since sliced bread. The connection seems great. And then you meet in person and then it's just flat. Like nothing. I know this has happened to me a lot of times. So one thing I've done that's worked for me is I try to get a date really, really quickly, at least within the first 24 to 48 hours. Even if it's just a short coffee date, let's just make sure that there's some physical attraction, because whether we like it or not, there still needs to be some form of chemistry, and we have to have some form of attraction towards this person. So get those dates in as quickly as possible. Now, getting from a date to multiple dates and eventually going into a relationship is a different ballgame, and maybe I'll talk about some of the things I've done in the past that has led me to where I am today. But for today, I just want to give you some good news. Online dating, I know it's yucky, it sucks, it's painful, it feels so unnatural, but that's where I met Davide. Davide and I actually swiped on the same day, not just on one app, on two apps. So on Tinder and on Bumble. The free version, I must say. We didn't have to pay for any of that stuff. So there is love on the apps. Not everybody on the apps is creepy. I know sometimes it's just so frustrating. It's like, why do I have to go through 1,000 people just to find one okay person and then it doesn't lead anywhere? I know it's frustrating, it's painful, but it requires patience. And so today I want to share with you maybe 3 things that can help you, that has helped me on my online dating success. Get on the apps. You got to be in it to win it, okay? It's a scary jungle out there, but get on the apps. Pick maybe 2 apps that, you feel you resonate with. It's not too... Like, some people don't like Tinder, but I'm okay with Tinder. For me, I chose Bumble and Tinder. So just go through the different apps and just pick 2 that really resonate with you, that you feel okay with, and stay consistent on the apps. Don't just swipe aimlessly. Make sure that you're looking at the profiles, you're reading the profiles, and really seeing if you can sense some things that you have in common before swiping right. And again, once you start talking, try to get to a physical date as soon as possible. So that's number 1, get on the apps, right? Number 2 will be to be your authentic self. No catfishing, no pretending to be who you're not. You don't want someone who likes a false version of you, because for how long really can you keep up that pretense? It's very painful and unnecessary. We keep thinking that there is a way to behave to be able to get a certain result. Yes, there are some things that you can do, still being your authentic self, but just showing up in a way that is more attractive to a man. But you still need to be your authentic self. If you don't like skiing, please don't say you like skiing. Right? Or if you don't like sushi, don't pretend you like sushi. Just be your authentic self. Express the things that you care about, your values, the things that interest you. And if there's common ground, then it will move forward. So that will be my second tip. Be your authentic self, both physically with the pictures that you put up, the words that you say, and the actions that you take. Make sure that you're always congruent with who you truly are. And then the third thing I'm going to say is practice. As with everything in life, the more you do it, the better you get at it. So go on dates. But don't go on every single date with that mindset of, oh, is this going to lead to something? Oh, should I start planning the wedding and picking out a wedding dress? No. Go on dates to practice going on dates, knowing how to go on dates. Because if you think back to how we learned how to go on dates, how to date, well, most of us learned it through movies, or maybe we read some romance novels when we were younger, or we saw our parents. Imagine if your parents didn't have a great relationship, yeah, good luck with that one. Or eventually we've heard from stories, other people's experiences, and we never really truly learned how to date. There is a way to date that makes it interesting, engaging. You know how to ask the right questions. You can get to know the person better so that you can make the right decision. So one quick way is to go on as many dates as possible, and don't just go on the dates and be like, oh yeah, it's a free meal. No, go on the dates, being open, saying, I want to have fun. I want to be able to learn. I want to practice asking questions, knowing how to lean back, the right kind of questions to ask, how to move the date forward, all of those things. Keep practicing as you go. And if you're not getting enough dates, then maybe make some male friends. Right? Male friends that there is no ulterior motive, where you can practice some of these things with being comfortable around men, knowing how to talk to men, knowing how to be mysterious, because men do like mysterious women. So go on as many dates as you can and keep taking track and taking stock of, okay, so what worked well on that date? What did I like about it? What did I not like about it? What would I do differently? And keep practicing. The more dates you go on, the better you get at dating. So again, how much do you hate online dating? the truth is online dating is here to stay. I don't see any other way that is going to trump the online dating and the access that we now have into this world of amazing potential men out there and women out there to meet. So embrace the dating apps, use it for what it is, show up the right way, and you will get the success that you want. So let me know in the comments, what is your most horrific experience with online dating? I know I have a few stories, and I'll be sure to share some in the future. What has been your most horrific experience with online dating, and what has been your best experience with online dating? For me, meeting Davide was the best thing that's happened to me in a very, very long time, and we wouldn't be here today without the dating apps. So that's it for today. Thank you for listening to another episode on Second Chances Podcast, a love journey in black and white. My name is Joan, signing out, sending you love and light. Till tomorrow, have a good day.